Welcome back, my little TCLs. It's Scorpion72 from the review of Cassandra Cassidy Sandsmark, better known as Wonder Girl, the new 52 line. What we have here is the series of Teen Titan figures that DC Collectibles are doing. I'm going to be showing you or doing a review of Wonder Girl, Kid Flash, and Superboy. Main reason why I'm trying to get this review out now is because the rest of the figures are coming. The other team members are coming within the next 2 months' time. So, you know, we got the Red Arrow, Roy Harper, or Arsenal as he's called, Starfire, Red Robin, Red Hood. All these guys are coming out between now by the end of September. So check your local comic book shops or your online retailers, and if you guys are interested or you like the Titans, you might want to pick these earlier figures up now before they become hard to get later. So we're going to go, first of all, we're going to look into the sculpting of the figure, which is really well done. I must say that there's a lot of detail. DC collectors have been really doing a great job with their figures. You got a lot of detail in the hair. What's really cool is that her whole costume has got this tar-like translucent plastic. So from the bust down to the boot cut, it's all translucent red plastic with little like sparkles here and there. So most of the side here is red on the thighs, and the back part is mostly like solid, like, well, not solid, but clear, solid red, if you want to call it, if that's even a term. And then in the front, you got little speckle dust thing there, like, you know, a little glitter, you know, like glitter and gold, like gem on the holograms. Around the waist, you have her lasso, which is very like gummy type of plastic. It's non-removable unless you want to remove it, but then it's still going to form the actual lasso. And yeah, she's got detail in the boots, and the face and paint job's done quite nicely. So, articulation, head moves left, right, slightly up and down. What I like about this is that I think should be done with every female figure is that the hair is kind of gummy, which means it's very soft plastic, so it allows you to turn her head left, right, without, like, you know, worry of snapping her neck and stuff. I know there's a lot earlier female figures for a lot of companies, like, you know, well, you know, the other companies like Hasbro, Mattel. The hair for females is really like solid plastic, so when you turn them, you feel like you don't want to snap the neck or something. I feel this should be the norm. I remember the time that I really thought it was really cool, and I don't know why they didn't follow the trend. It was all the way back in '85 with the Baroness from G.I. Joe collection. When they made the Baroness, finally came around to making the Baroness, she had soft plastic type hair that didn't hinder her neck movement, and that was awesome. I don't know why they didn't continue that, or other companies just didn't do that all the way through, because that's technically the way it should be. Because there's no way, other than rooted hair, which sometimes works depending on the figure and of course the scale, it should always be like this. Xenon's another one that comes to mind, that she had really like rubbery plastic hair, which really worked for turning her head. So we have the shoulders go up and down, bicep swivel. You got the elbow bend. I don't know why I was slow down when I say elbow bend. Like, it should be, you know, just sort of flow off my tongue. Anyways, you have the gauntlets of the wrist articulation here. Her legs can go outward quite a bit and can kind of open and not really do a full split. Can't really go back due to, you know, she's got a little, like, well, you know, her bum there or whatever, her backside, booty, whatever you want to call it, kind of blocks it, which kind of makes sense too in a way. You have the knee articulation here. You have right here the boot thigh cut, and you have ankle articulation here too. So quite a lot in articulation that DC Collectibles been giving the figures, with more to come. Of course, any of you have seen like little hint there with the Batman animated series, which I will be getting and doing a review of. Wow, like can't wait to get those in my hands. I hope it turns out well. Alright, so right now I'm going to do a little before and after. I do have two previous figures. One of them is from DC Direct and the other one is from Mattel. I don't have any older Wonder Girl figures from like the 2-pack they originally did when they first did the first Wonder Girl figure in DC Collectibles. The thing about that is that basically with shoulder movement, wrist movement, with changeable hands, slightly neck movement because the hair is really solid plastic, but and waist movement, but from the waist down, the legs didn't move, the knees, there's no articulation in the legs, knees are, and I think maybe slight in the boot cut there is a little bit. Anyways, let's do a before and after. So here we have the before. These two, before and after. This is DC Direct's first Cassidy Sandsmark figure. She has base articulation, shoulders, elbows, wrists, knees, thighs, and there's no boot articulation. But it's a really well done figure, and the hair here is solid plastic like I was talking about before. So she can turn this way, but to turn her this way, you kind of gotta be gentle and stuff like that, because you don't know if the neck's gonna snap, and that's why I'm afraid of. I don't know if the neck snap. What's cool is that she did come with a lasso that is detachable. It doesn't hook onto anywhere in her waist, but you can use it and you can open it up, and like if you tie a little knot, you can actually do like the Wonder Woman lasso type thing. On my left side, we have the Mattel one, which has more articulation for any of you that has any of the DC Universe Classics figures. The only difference is that her lasso is attached to her belt and it's non-detachable, and she didn't come with the extra one. Not that it would have mattered because she has two closed fists, so she couldn't hold it anyway. But this is like her original first appearance in the Teen Titans comic books way back in the I think it's early or late 70s. And I really like this figure. This is kind of like what DC Direct did back then. But like I said before, from the waist down, there is no articulation. So you might be able to still find this one if you like that. This one might be a little bit harder to come by because it is a little bit older, and that series is, depending on the figure, it's a hit or miss. Mainly the main figure, most popular of the Teen Titans series that they did back then was, I believe, Deathstroke. I think they did him without his mask. And of course, super boring. The t-shirt and jeans is one of those figures that you can either get lucky and pay minimum or a reasonable price. If not, then he's kind of still up there, believe it or not. Even though Mattel's coming up with one later on this year, he's still up there in price range. So that brings the end of this review. So if you like Cassidy Sandsmarks, check your local comic book stores, online retailers, pick her up because the rest of the team members are coming, and definitely she'll be harder to find once those other guys start hitting the shelves and hitting out there in the market. So this is Scorpion72 signing off with another review. Till next time, little TCLs, take care and keep playing. Later.